To his sphere of awareness, I should probably say, to correctly talk about him, because that's what he had. He had a field, a magnetic field, and when you were around him, you were certainly in his world. You had to forget whatever world you were in, and welcome to the world of Sun Ra.
I had all my little cassettes, my Nancy Wilson and stuff. He said, "You listen to that Earth music? Play this. You got your part?" And then it's like, I know Sun Ra will always wake up around dawn, and he'd be ready to go. And he dropped me and John Gilmore off at the rehearsal spot, and he went to take care of some business. Mm-hmm. So I think in about 20 minutes went by, I played everything I knew. And John, he's warming up on his mouthpiece. He ain't even got the thing in the horn. Right. So I go get some bread and coffee and come back. And then he starts playing these long tones and working his way up to these like Scriabin violin lines and stuff. Then Sun Ra would come back and we rehearsed till 2 a.m. Mm-hmm. And that's where I got my fire.
Mm-hmm. So I got on the phone and I called Sun Ra one day. I said, "Hello, Mr. Ra. I understand you're looking for a French horn player." Sun Ra said, "I don't know who told you that. I'm not looking for a French horn player." So I said, "Okay, well, the last guy was there." He said, "Hey, the last guy left. When he left, I rearranged all of my music to not include the French horn." So at that point, I was ready to hang up the phone. He said, "Well, wait a minute." So he said, "Well, okay, have a seat." I sat down and for an hour and a half, I watched him edit this film. So after he turned it off, he turned to me and said, "Oh, so you play French horn?" I said, "Yeah." He said, "Okay." He went over to the piano and he started playing. He said, "Play with me." I took up my horn and I started playing a couple notes, 3, 4 notes. After we played about 5 minutes, I see all of these band members coming down the stairs with stacks of music like this, because they know whenever Sun Ra rehearsed and played the piano, it was time for the rehearsal.
She really is an unsung hero in the sense that the number of different roles that she played in supporting Sun Ra really have been untold up until this point. And I don't think that the experience of hearing the Sun Ra Orchestra would be the same without the ethereal quality of her voice. She just had a presence.
Skeptical of taking me to Europe because he figured out they're not going to let me back in.
Absolutely critical to how we understand how we live in the world today. And Pat Patrick and Sun Ra knew that very well. And so did Amiri Baraka. So thank you so much for that question.
Well, I've been waiting for this moment, and I cannot start in 1977. I'm sorry, because there were too many intersections. So I'm going to start.
The piece that you heard to go is a direct influence of the work of Sun Ra. About because there's tech. Because what Sun Ra set such a high level, and I really. I listen and
we become masters of the violin, and we get so ahead, playing the violin that people, are trying to copy. So our first thing is survival with the tools that we are imposed,
Ahmed, how am I supposed to follow that? That was brilliant.
music and philosophy of Sun Ra. It would run for 12 courses, and part of it, the first 6 would only be about knowing about who Sun Ra was.